I was just wanting to record my action plan and talk about it a little bit for AYCCG, Achieving Your College and Career Goals. I'm the only teacher in the class, so I'm going to just record myself talking about what I've done. My standards are pretty much the same in plan, education, and career path aligned to personal goals. This instructional cycle, we are talking about setting goals that are SMART, specific, measurable, specific, measurable, attainable, results-focused, and time-bound. So that's pretty much the standard we're going to be covering all 6 weeks of this instructional cycle. I've got Raise Your Grade sessions and learner conferences throughout, as part of my plan for interventions. For Group 1 in Week 1, I'm going to hold Raise Your Grade sessions for those students who had at least a B average in the first semester. So we're going to work on setting goals that are SMART. We're going to talk about that a little bit, and that goes into the 4.02 graded assignment. It also goes into the 4.06 graded assignment. It leads up to that. So those are the two big assignments for this semester. The rest, there's a quiz, and other than that, those are the two assignments we're going to be working on before the IA. And then I've got Group 2, those that had a C average. I think it's also those that have a high B, mid or low B. We're going to work on setting short-term goals for staying up to date on assignments for the second semester. So these students, because they probably did a lot of their work at the last minute, I thought it would be good to set some SMART goals for them for this semester on how they're going to keep up with their assignments in the second semester and make sure that they're not saving everything for the last minute. And then my Group 3 is mainly the bubble students. We're going to work on setting short-term goals for staying up to date on assignments for the second semester. Same thing, kind of the same thing that Group 2 did, but they're going to be in learner conferences. I'm going to check for that with the 4.02 graded assignment. It's kind of my assessment to see that they learned that. And then invite students who failed the semester with a 59 or below to learner conferences. We're going to create SMART goals for them to stay caught up in Learning Cycle 2. I'm also going to contact those students. I have most of my students who have failed last semester did so because they did not turn in any assignments. So I'm going to make sure to reach out to those students, not only by inviting them to learner conferences, but by phone calls and that kind of thing. Phone calls, emails, everything, BBC Blast. And then the second week, we're going to be working on, there's going to be Raise Your Grade sessions. We're going to be working on the 4.02 assignment. And then my Group 1 is going to be working on creating SMART goals for that 4.02 assignment. Same thing with Group 2. And then we're going to look at other students' goals and discuss ways that we might want to make those goals smarter. Other ways that maybe they could be more specific or time-bound or measurable or attainable. And then Group 3, they're going to work on setting short-term goals for this semester. And the 4.02 assignment is also going to be their assessment. And then my Group 4 is going to be the same thing, those who failed last semester. And we're going to work on goals to get caught up. And then I want to ensure by the end of this week that they've completed the 4.02 assignment. And I'm going to contact anyone who did not turn those in, especially those Group 4 students. And then the third week, my Group 1 is going to be working on the 4.06 assignment, which is, also not only creating educational and career goals, but to also think about barriers and solutions to overcome those barriers. And so we'll work in Raise Your Grade sessions with that. I'm going to hold sessions for those who maintained at least a C average in first semester with my group 2. We're going to be looking at barriers for the second semester, maybe some barriers that kept us from succeeding and making an A or a B in first semester, and seeing what we could do to overcome those barriers in the next semester. And kind of the same thing for group 3 as well. Look at the barriers, and I'm going to check for that by the successful completion of 4.06, and that's supposed to say of the 4.02 assignment and the 4.06 assignment. Then for my group 4 students, I'm going to invite those who failed. We're going to do the same thing we've been doing, talking about creating SMART goals to stay caught up. And we're going to definitely work on that 4.02 assignment. And then in group, where am I going? That was week 3. We just talked about week 3. And then week 4, we're going to be, my 1 and 2 groups are going to be working on the 4.06 assignment. And I'm going to call those who in group A are those who made an A on the 4.02 assignment, because those students are ready to go on to the 4.06 assignment, so we're going to be working on that. Those who maybe made a B or a C on the 4.02 assignment, we'll work on revising that 4.02 assignment to make sure our grades our goals are SMART, because it would be hard to get a really good grade on the 4.06 assignment if they did not do the 4.02 assignment correctly. So we're going to work on that both with my group 2 and 3. And then, it's just what I'd be looking for is a successful revision of the 4.02 assignment. And then group 4, those who did not turn in a 4.02 assignment, will work on those assignments in learner conferences. I'm also going to contact any student at this point who had not turned in the 4.02 assignment. In week 5, we're going to be working on the 4.06 Raised Staying on Track assignment. I'm going to do that with groups 1 through 3. And then we're going to hold sessions, a learner conference. That should say learner conference. Hold sessions for the students who did not turn in the 4.02 assignment. We're going to work on creating SMART goals. And then the successful completion of the 4.02 assignment and the 4.06 are going to, and it's going to be my assessment for them, and I'm going to contact those who have not completed that assignment. And then the last week we're going to review for IA4. Some of them might have already taken it by then. So we're going to review for IA4. The follow-up is going to be their grade on the IA4. And then review IA4 for my group 4 and work on making sure that they have all of their graded assignments turned in. And then the successful completion of the graded assignments and the IA4. And I'll be sure to be contacting those students throughout the week who have not taken the IA4 and make sure that they are also getting all of their assignments in. So that is my action plan for the 4th learning cycle. All right.